Okay, so this video will be for the Brothers tab, but I'll split into three sections. So the Deltasigs will be the first section, and it'll probably be the longest. So let's see this page load, and I'm gonna go over to Dreamweaver and find the page. So it's under Brothers and it's Deltasigs. So let's open that up. Okay, go to code, and we want to go down to this. Okay, so let's go back to the page. So first of all, I just want to note that the banner, I try to change that every semester to, like the new pledge class, just like I guess they want to be featured on the page. So it would be nice if I could change this to the new pledge class. I'm gonna have to go through the photos that Nick sent me and see if we can get one that like fits, because I didn't update it for the Muse because their picture was like really up close and like it just didn't fit the dimensions of the banner. So I guess I can do that in a separate video that covers like how to update the banners and stuff, because I have like a specific template that I use to update the banners. So moving on from that, so there's some like weird JavaScript code behind the whole like Brothers page, which is why it's like really cool and also takes a really long time to load, and it's lagging on my computer right now, probably because I'm running like a million things. There's supposed to be a close button here, but it's not showing. Um, so the HTML is pretty straightforward. So the first thing that we have to do is, if you look at the code, this is actually under the first div, which usually we don't touch. Usually we just start at the div called inner content, but we actually have the links in the title div, which, going back to the website, you can see right here it's under the title. Usually we don't have anything here, but these are the filters that we have in place so people can like, filter for the different pledge classes or like e-board positions. So that's the first thing that we have to do. So let's go back to the code, and now you'll see that it corresponds like the different labels we have here. So what you have to do is just add, I'm going to copy this line and paste one under it, and just change everything. It doesn't really matter what, like, this isn't like an actual page, but it's just the way the code works. So I'm just going to change this to new, new, and new. And leave everything else. You'll probably have to take out the zetas and actually the etas as well, since everyone's graduating. But I'm not going to do that for now. So that's what you have to do for that part of the page. Now going down to the inner content page, this is everyone's like their little profiles. So it has like their picture and then all their like information and stuff. So this is like Sharyar's, and then this is the next person. So it's just like a whole long list of like every single person who has their own little like section, which is called an article in this case. So first things first, obviously we need to get the pictures. So I always ask whoever takes the pictures. In this case, it was Nick Wang. So I went to the Dropbox and I downloaded the pictures from the folder, this folder, and I downloaded that onto my computer. It took a while, and I think I have that here. Yep. So going through these photos, some people will retake their pictures, and then obviously we have like the new people. So let's just use like one of the new pledges, for example. I'm just going to use this one. So usually I just open like all of them, like a bunch of them at once in Photoshop. And that's loading. I'm just going to show you one though right now, but usually I'll just do like 20 at a time and then like just get all the pictures done with and then like go in and edit everyone's info at the same time. So what I usually do is, for image, I just do all of the auto like adjustments, because usually it looks pretty good, but basically you kind of just want all the pictures to look like similar to the other ones on the website in terms of like the color, the contrast, the tone. Like when I press auto tone, that really like brightened up the picture, and it looks better when it's like really like looks well lit. So I try to make that make all the pictures look like that. And this is auto color. Sometimes it messes up and it looks kind of weird. It's kind of taking a while, but okay. So that made that a little bit different. It made it a little more cool as opposed to like a warm like yellowish color. If you don't like it, I go into color balance and I kind of play around with like these to make it look more or less like of a certain color. Like sometimes it turns out really like yellow, so if you just drag it to the other side or like make it more like cyan, like I just play around with it to make it look better. But I think it turned out pretty well like with the auto. So now I'm gonna go into the crop and make it the size I want. And I forgot what the sizes were. Let's see. All right, I'm just gonna go into the pictures. So it's under portrait on the website, everyone's pictures, and basically you can see how they're named. Everyone's pictures are named by their last name initial underscore first name. And just note that like the endings of some of these are capital JPG and some of them are lowercase. Doesn't really matter. You just have to make sure that it corresponds in the code. Like it has to be capitalized or lowercase based on the original image file, or it won't work. So the reason why some of these are capital is because someone before had taken pictures. I think it was on Dio's camera or something, and all of his files came in capital JPG. So I didn't want to change all of them because that was too much work. So just be sure of that. That's just something to look out for. So I'm just gonna download this picture because I forgot what the dimensions were. I think they're 40 by 40, but I just want to check. So I downloaded that. So dimensions, it doesn't show me. That's great. I'm gonna open this with Photoshop. Let's see. Okay, so image. I want to see the image size. It is 399 by 399. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 400 by 400. So I'm gonna type in here with 400 by 400. So now when I crop it, it's going to constrain me to this square of 400 by 400. And the way I kind of crop it is I try to make like this 1/3 line, like horizontal line, kind of match the eyes, and then try to get these two lines to be just around the edges of their face, and then leave like a little, like have a little space like on the top. Sometimes people like tilt their heads a little bit, so I try to make sure like it's an even amount of space like between their arm and the edge of the picture. So this kind of like these two spaces make it a little more even. And if you look on the website, I try to make it so everyone's kind of the same size. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and press the check mark, which means I'm going to crop it for that size. It's really tiny now, but if you go to view and view the actual pixels, now that's the actual size. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to save this, save as, and we save them as JPG. I'm going to go to my folder. Where's my website folder? Website, DSP, I'll put it in the main one. Portrait, and I'm going to name it by the convention. So this is Sue, C_Sue, and then the JPEG I'm just going to leave as lowercase, sorry. The quality, I usually try to do like the highest quality just to make sure it looks good. Save that. So that's how I update everyone. I mean, how I edit everyone's pictures that from the raw files that I get from the photographer, which is Nick in this case. And what I would do is upload that to the server. So put, and then I want to go into that folder, DSP main, portrait. And obviously I wouldn't do this like person by person like I usually do it all at once. So I would just like edit everyone's photos and then upload those. So we're putting that into the directory now. It's getting onto the server and that's done. So you see Sue here now. So let's go ahead and add her into the code. So first of all, let me pull up the survey that I sent out for everyone's information. So yeah, my computer's being especially slow today. Okay, so website info responses, and pull that up, and let's look for Sue's information. So I don't see her here. Oh, there we go. So there's Sue, this line right here. Okay, so let's go to the code now, right here. And what I'm going to do is just, well, let's go down to where she would belong. So it's by alphabetical order. So we're going to go down, Catherine, Lucia. Okay, so it would go under me. And okay, so basically it's kind of common sense. You just go through like the code and just change whatever should obviously be changed. So C underscore Lucia should obviously be changed to C underscore Sue. Now class, this is what corresponds to the different filters above. So this these two, or these three actually, person underscore preview, person, and all, they're going to be there for every single person. But it's what the other tags are that you have to change. So she's not an Ada, she's obviously a new, so that corresponds to the class ID that we added above in the title div. And board means e-board. So if they're on the e-board, then you put that. If they're not, just take that out, and that's fine. And then going through now, image source. So these are the portrait, the picture image. So that's Sue, and note that the JPEG tag was under lowercase. So I changed that. I'm gonna change this. This is just, I think if your mouse is like hovered over the image and it's not like loaded or something, it'll say Sue Chen. So this is the same data color. This stays this. This is just changed to Sue, and this is just changed to Sue. This is changed to Sue. If they're a VP of something, you would put it in this P tag under the name. If not, just take that out. Going down, so hometown. I mean, now you're just looking at the survey to fill this out. So Cupertino, California. I'm going to put Cupertino in here. I put the states with the abbreviation just to make it consistent. So she's graduating December 2014. So let's go back, change that. December 2014. Oops, I pressed the wrong thing. Her school, College of Arts and Sciences. I think that's the official name, but just to make sure it's consistent, I'm going to go and find someone else who has that. school. College of Arts and Science. I guess it's College of Arts and Science, not sciences. So, oops. So I'm gonna paste that College of Arts and Science. Her majors. Going back to the page. So majors or minors. I think people put majors as the first thing, and then a slash, and then this is her minor. So I would write economics, minor in computer science. And that's consistent with other people. Like you put the major first, and then you do a comma, and then minor in, and then list their minor or minors. So that's the major section, and then interests. I told everyone to format it with like the first thing as capitalized and everything else separated by commas and not capitalized unless it's like a proper noun. So just make sure that it's consistent like that. So let's go back and paste that. Okay, and just make sure that that's good and no period at the end. Okay, so that's basically how you update like someone's profile. That was one person. You just got to keep doing that for like everyone else. Also, I think she actually wanted her name to be shown as Sue E. Chen, so I'm gonna go ahead and update that as what she shows up as. So this is like what actually shows up under the picture. And I mean, I'll change this too, but I don't think that really matters. So that's how you update the Deltasigs page, and you just gotta be careful with like these tags. Also, I noticed when I was scrolling through that someone was in these comment tags, which means that this code is not actually like being shown on the page. So Ben Calvert, I put him in these comment tags because he was like inactive this semester or something. So if someone's inactive but like they're not graduated yet, so I still want to keep their information just in case like they decide to become active again later. I just put them in the comment, like in a comment tag, so it's not like actually showing up on the page, but I still have all of their information. I don't have to rewrite all that code because that's like too much work. So that's something to keep in mind. And also, you just got to be careful with like if people were on eBoard before and they're not anymore, you have to make sure you take away like the board tag. And if they are now on eBoard, you have to put in this tag under the class section in the first line of every person's like thing. And also you have to make sure that you put in their actual title. Or if they're not anymore, then you have to take this out or else it's going to show up. So those are just a few things to keep in mind. Other than that, it's standard for everyone. Just this like everything that's like pertains to a specific person, you just gotta change for whoever you add in. So it's pretty straightforward. So yeah.